Hello everyone, today I've got a blue-black Ussop deck. This deck is very budget, very powerful in the OP10 format at least. It does fall a little bit off in OP11 with the release of Blue-Purple Luffy, and even in EBO2 it will start to struggle a little bit. But for this current format, it's really powerful. The deck costs under like $50. At least my list does. There's one that recently topped the Brisbane Regional, which I decided to base this list off of. So now I'm just going to get into it. First is the leader effect. So your cost 2 and greater Dressrosa type characters have +1 cost. And during your opponent's turn, when one of your characters is removed from your opponent's effect or they're KO'd, if you have 5 or less cards in your hand, you get to draw 1 card. So in combination with the blockers and your opponent obviously is beating over your characters, you will continuously keep drawing. Next is the Jozu here. So you can return one of your characters other than itself to the hand, then you return one of your opponent's cost or lower characters to the hand. It's a good way to kind of return back some of your counters if you want to get them back. A really powerful removal, and worst case scenario, it can just be a 1k counter. Next up, I have the Cavendish. So when it attacks, you can draw 2, then you can trash 1 from your hand. A really good way of filling up your trash, because you can actually get some of your trash back with Frankie. It can attack the turns played thanks to the Colosseum, and it's overall just a great draw card. And it's also 4 cost, which is perfect to be gotten off for backup. The Kairos can return a 5 cost or lower character to its owner's hand, which is also incredibly powerful. Good way removal, 9k power too. This Sabo is great. When one of your characters is being removed, you can return it to the hand instead. And it's also a 2k counter. I very rarely ever play the Sabo, maybe just something off for backup. But very rare, but I think that the Sabo is still pretty powerful. This Leo is also really cool. So it's only playable in the Ussop deck, but you can rest the Colosseum or Ussop, look at the top 5 and add 2 Dressrosa type cards, and you put them in your hand, and then you trash 1. So once again, it fills up the trash for Frankie. It gets 2 cards, and resting the stage isn't that big of a deal. Even if you have to rest Ussop, it still doesn't really matter, especially on your 1, 2, or 3 dawn turn. Because on your 3 dawn turn, you're not really doing a whole lot, and on your 1 dawn turn, you can attack anyway, so it's still really powerful. This Rebecca is amazing. It works really well with Ussop. So because it becomes an 8 cost or greater, you can draw a card, then you play 2 level set cost 7 or lower characters other than Rebecca from your hand. So you play one of them active, then you play the 4 cost or lower as rested. So it's just a quick on way to kind of fill up your hand and fill up the board. For the 7 cost or lower, I usually go with Kairos or Luffy. Kairos want to remove something, Luffy if want to make a big swings. Then for the 4 cost or lower, it's usually just Cavendish or Zoro, very rarely Sabo, and I don't like playing the Frankie rested. So these 3 are really your targets, maybe even the Frankie. Oh, sometimes a one-legged soldier too, if I want to make the cost into something, so then Kairos can bounce it. Next is the Ideo. It's just a 2k blocker or 1k blocker, 2 cost. After it blocks, you can draw a card because of Ussop. Really nice synergy, just a low cost, quick, easy blocker. This Bartholomew is great, 3 cost, but also a 2k counter. Another great way to draw off Ussop. And these 2 can be gotten off Frankie if you want to, but I usually don't do it. This Luffy is also great. It can attack active characters, and you can return 7 cards from your trash to the bottom of the deck to set it back as active again. So then during your next refresh phase, it won't be active again, but you can swing twice. So great way to kind of clear up your opponent's board, and you can get it off Rebecca to kind of cheat it out. This Rebecca is a searcher, very similar to Leo, but it trashes 2 and you add 1 from looking at the top 3. So good way to flip the trash for Frankie. The one-legged soldier lets you send it to the trash, and then you give one of your opponent's characters -3 cost. So, in combination with Kairos, Zoro, really cool way to do it, but mainly just a 2k counter that is searchable through Leo and Rebecca. That's its main purpose. Frankie lets you just a blocker, but when it's KO'd, you can get a cost through your lower Dressrosa type character from your trash, which is Rebecca, one-legged soldier, Leo are my main targets. Very rarely one-legged soldier, mainly Rebecca and Leo, just to get another search off. But yeah, sometimes you could go for Idea and Bartholomew if you know they can't swing again. That way you have another blocker, but I wouldn't recommend it unless you like absolutely know that they can't attack that turn again. This Zoro lets you KO opponent's 4 cost or lower, then you trash 2 from your deck. So you rest Ussop or the Colosseum. Just a quick, easy way to KO. In combination with one-legged soldier, it can also give one of their characters -3 cost. This red rock can also be Gravity Blade. So both of these are good. Gravity Blade's trigger is a bit better, and it does return 2, but I am liking red rock a little bit more in this format, because Dofi isn't really have an online presence, but is still seeing play in person, which is why only reason why I would probably play Gravity Blade, but it's no longer really a thing. So I think Boa has taken over now, and Boa plays like the Kaido drops, which you really want to be able to take care of. And Purple Luffy has been playing. I've seen them start to play this Luffy. I've never seen them play that Luffy, but these two bosses. Just overall great way. Green Bonnie has been coming back as well. Same thing with Green Red Smoker. Yeah, they play the kid. Where is it? Yeah, the 8 cost kid, which is also which is a pain to get over. So Red Rock is really good for that. There's a lot of great stuff that you need to remove because there's no cost limit on it. Since there's no cost limit on it, it's great. Like the Shanks is also another great target I've sent back. You just need a Red Rock in this deck, because Luffy is your only way to attack active characters, but Luffy's a 7 cost, and it probably won't survive more than 2 turns. So you need to be able to KO these big bodies, which is why Red Rock is here, and something with one-legged soldier. Next is the Colosseum. It's the final one. It is a stage. It gives all your characters rush on other characters so they can all attack other characters. So as I was saying before, Colosseum, then Luffy can let you kind of attack some of your opponent's characters before they can really do a whole lot. So that's the deck profile, and that's all I have. Thank you.